Hey everybody, it's your buddy's pal Anthony. And here today we have a name you might be familiar with, reason that myself and Archer are acquainted with each other and now affiliated with each other. We have Josh in the house. And while Josh is a fan, he's not as crazy. Well-versed. He's saying crazy is the word I'm going to use to describe myself. But he is watching Book of Boba Fett / The Mandalorian / Luke and Grogu's misadventures. And we're going to find out what he thinks of all this. So, Steve, roll that intro. All right, so you've watched everything. Same thing as me. You've been a fan of Star Wars and all this sort of stuff for all our lives. Forget the last 2 episodes for a minute. What do you think of Book of Boba Fett, the first 4 episodes that actually included Boba Fett? Were you happy with them? Were you kind of bored by them? What are your thoughts?
As a Star Wars fan, that's a fan on the surface, not as deep as Steve and Anthony. I thought they're okay. I get the gripes as to why people are disappointed because they're not seeing the hard side of Boba Fett. Me as a fan, and what I know, I don't think the episodes that we've ever seen him in 4, 5, and 6 really go into detail exactly how hard he is. But again, I haven't watched all the other series. But in general, I would like to see him be a little bit harder because he is supposed to be the...
He's the heavy hand. He's
the heavy hand that's supposed to be the crime boss.
Yeah, now he's supposed to be the crime boss, and in in the cartoon, not the cartoon, excuse me, in the comics, in the canon comics, he's the one Vader calls in to hunt down, I'm sorry. He's the one who calls in to hunt down Luke before he knows he's Luke, and he's the one in canon who tells Vader the name of the guy who blew up the first Death Star. He's the guy. He's Johnny Badass of the galaxy, and he's just getting to steal Sal's word chumped in his own show. So some of the moments that were kind of eye-rolling for me and Steve, I think, were he gets his new pet Rancor from the Fets, and he's constantly saying, "I'm going to rule with respect." Are those eye roll moments for you, or are you kind of oh, okay, this is how are you when I just said, I'm rolling my eyes. How are you taking those moments?
You meant more of the Hutts, right?
Well, no, I'm saying he gets the Rancor from the Hutts,
right.
And he's all oh. He's playing with it. He's petting it behind the ear. He's oh, you're a good boy. Teach me to ride this thing. And then every other line out of his mouth is, I'm going to rule with strength and with respect. So are those moments separately? Are you when he says that, are you oh, okay, cool. I want to see this. Or are you oh, what the hell is this? Who is this guy?
Yeah, I think with the whole respect thing, I'm just kind of curious watching it, see how it continues on. For me, I think definitely seeing the way he was with the Tusken Raiders and learning that, I think that's what I would expect. But
okay, so how about the shift? Because the guy we saw in Mandalorian who doesn't have armor, who just owns
right.
that whole battalion or squadron of stormtroopers, to this guy,
right?
Is it that's a letdown? Are you?
Yeah, no, I agree. Forgive me because my memory is shot. Dealing with
2 children,
kids, and life in general, COVID and everything. I'm lucky if I remember the episode I watched last week.
Yeah.
But to Anthony's point, from Mandalorian to this, yes, definitely a difference. And that's what I expected in the beginning. But like any new series, there's something coming out, and I think back to my point with episode 4, 5, and 6. You see Fett as this, for the amount of minutes he had in all the movies, which is how many minutes? Maybe
it's probably
10?
10, 20 at most.
10 the most. You really don't see him do his nitty-gritty work. You just see he collects Han Solo, does this, he does all that. So we really don't know how hard of an individual he is.
Yeah.
He could be that hard individual, or he just walks around with respect.
Yeah.
And, I mean, from 10 minutes of film time, I mean, everybody respects him more than some of the other characters in most of the movies. Especially...
Jar Jar.
Yeah. And that's across 1, 2, and 3, and 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, yeah, so the last episode, so okay, so real quick though, overall,
which is making it exciting for me, because now it's filling in a lot of things that I forgot. Mostly the last 2 episodes, which have nothing to do with Boba Fett, really.
Yeah, so are you, seeing that, are you also, since you are on the surface, did you, forget about Boba Fett, let's say, and, kind of like the rest of us, you don't care? Or were you, seeing the Mandalorian again, seeing now Luke and Grogu, how did you react to all that?
Yeah, I was definitely excited. Boba Fett wasn't even a thought in my mind, because I definitely enjoy the Mandalorian series. And after the second season ended, I was like, oh, I want to find out what's going to happen with Grogu and all that. And it's kind of nice that they tied it into this new show, Book of Boba Fett. I definitely want more. I know it's going to go back to Boba Fett at some point.
It has to.
And
next week's the end.
It's his show, but they could also do the same in Mandalorian season 3. They could end up bringing Boba Fett in some aspects and do the reverse. And
if they bring this Boba Fett in, I'm going to be very disappointed. But again, we Steve and Sal and I have all separately been talking, and it's just they needed to do the hardcore Boba Fett right out of the gate. And then he can, for lack of a better word, soften up and kind of ease into the, I'm going to rule you with respect. Maybe he takes out whoever he has to take out. And then instead of wiping out everybody else, he absorbs them and, changes his position like that because he is a murderer. I don't know if he's a mass murderer, but he's a
bounty hunter.
He's a bounty hunter. So I'm saying he's definitely a murderer.
Rules as a bounty hunter. I mean, he could just be simply shooting up people, or he could be. I mean, they have to go back a little bit to his aggressive side because he did it in Mandalorian.
Exactly. It's just this is so.
What does it take to get to that rage?
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like they didn't really. There's definitely some missing information, I think.
Like what?
In that aspect of Boba Fett and him meeting Mandalorian, because all we see is him in that Tusken Raider. Where does that fit in? Yeah,
there is a little bit.
There's something that which is causing me to I'm still confused. And again, I'm not in the zone on all this as much as Steve and Anthony and Sal, but I'm picking up that there's something missing here.
Yeah,
that shows that aggression.
Yeah, because
something has to trigger.
Yeah, exactly. He's just after Mandalorian. I've been calling the shows by the wrong. I've been calling Boba Fett. Show The Mandalorian as a joke, and now it's just stuck in my head. But no, yeah, I agree. It is. In The Mandalorian, he's, again, in the first episode we see him, he's at a friggin' 12 out of 10. And then he kind of comes down, he does, he's just flying the Slave One and all that other stuff. But yeah, between him ending Mandalorian, going back and shooting Bib Fortuna, and then being all chill, it's there's more we're not seeing, but I've been so annoyed by shows jumping around in the timeline. I don't want to deal with that anymore.
They'll probably be doing that again.
I mean,
because there's definitely some missing information. I mean, I think from this point forward, there's got to be somewhere down the rest of this season or future seasons that something's got to happen where his rule with respect it's not working. So he has to, instead of going soft, go hard.
Yeah, exactly. So even
that could still be yet to come.
I mean, there's one episode left, so if it's still to come, the time is now.
Yeah.
But so that's nice to know that I guess that we're not just being too crazy or too gung ho about stuff. That we're not the only ones who want to see him just not necessarily rage out, but just be a little bit more about the bounty hunter side, the Mandalorian side, where it's
Yeah, I'm all for both sides because I still think that. I don't know, what were the other series? What's the cartoon series?
Clone Wars, Rebels.
I haven't seen any of those. I don't know any of these other side stories, even Osaka? Right?
Ahsoka.
I didn't even know anything about her until watching her. And
I was actually, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
So when she shows up in season 2 of Mandalorian, and she's talking about, I've seen what like temptation or attachments can do to the best of us. Were you just like, who the hell is she? What? She knows. Were you thinking like she knows Obi-Wan? What were you thinking when she says stuff like that? You just had no clue?
I had no clue.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a cool character. It seems like she belonged in this.
Yeah.
Among all the other characters.
I'll fill you in off air about that because she is a very cool character who I think just had her. Steve, if you can fact check me, I think she just had her like 13th anniversary from being created. I saw on her I forget, Ashley Eckstein, her voice actress. I think she just posted like an anniversary of some sort.
I think Rosario Dawson was a good choice.
She was fan cast.
She fits the role great.
Yeah. No, I have no problem with her being in it. I think she does a good job. I do hope they interact more, her and Luke, but...
Yeah, that definitely... that was a treat, just seeing Luke Skywalker again.
There you go.
Which, I'm assuming that's all digital, right? It is an actual actor that looks...
So, no, what it is I'm assuming they did the same thing they did in season 2, which is Steve already checked me on this one. So Mark Hamill is back in both seasons.
I saw him in the credits.
Yeah, he's in the credits. So I'm assuming, based on the behind the scenes I saw last year, they have Hamill come through and he wears some sort of crazy head harness with a camera to get his facial expressions. He does all the motions. I'm sure he wasn't doing the backflips or any of that. But he does the motions. A younger actor who has the same body type does the motions. Actually, as Steve pointed out, it's the younger actor who flies one of the X-Wings who tries to pull over the Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
That was
cool.
Yeah.
I like that part. I love the throwbacks in all these different shows, Mandalorian and...
Are you getting nostalgia fatigue?
Yeah, nostalgia fatigue is great.
Oh, no, I'm saying, are you getting fatigued?
No, not yet.
Okay.
And again, I'm not a hardcore Star Wars fan, so for me, it's like just the fact that you even see Luke Skywalker again.
Well, that's all of us.
Which is, amazing.
But so like the Naboo Starfighter that
was great. At first, I thought that was a pod racer. And then when I saw it was the Naboo Starfighter, I was like, oh, that's cool too.
Yeah, okay. And speaking of the pod racer, all right, so Tim Oliphant's character, remember how he had Boba Fett's armor in season 2?
Okay.
Remember when they go out to like the site of the Krayt Dragon or whatever? He's riding an engine. That's Anakin's pod racing engine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have to go back. Yeah,
so there's like deep cuts like that. Somebody else posted a screenshot, and when the Mandalorian takes the starfighter in Beggar's Canyon and he goes up the ramp to go to space.
Yes, I've heard about that.
Yeah, you saw all the debris.
That was the debris
from Phantom Menace, which is like, okay.
Yeah, no, I definitely love the nostalgia that's in it. It's not it's not over the top.
Okay, so it's not okay.
I think there's a few droids too they bring back.
Well, yeah, they bring back is it R4? No, that was Obi-Wan's droid.
R2D2.
Well, obviously they bring back R2D2, but the mechanics droid. Yes. So I might be giving the female mechanic who gets in the Naboo Starfighter. If you watch it again, the droid she has that is red and white.
Yes.
That has like a burn mark on the top of its head. That's the droid that blows up in the beginning of A New Hope when C-3PO and it gets sold to.
Wow.
I'd
have to go back.
This
is way
I can't think of his uncle's name. Uncle Owen. When Uncle Owen buys C-3PO and the other droid, and it blows up, that's the other droid. You see the burn mark where his head exploded.
A lot of Easter eggs.
Exactly. So some of them are deeper cuts.
I like that stuff, though. And it's interesting because like you see 4, 5, and 6, and that's all there is. And then comes 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. But there's so much stuff, even just in 4, 5, and 6, and then the other movies.
Yeah.
And they take these little snippets of what most people, I guess, enjoyed or they liked. And it's just making it, it's bringing me back in.
Yeah.
Because I've lost touch with any type of this stuff.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation between myself and Josh. Excuse the abrupt ending that I'm throwing in here. His kids came home from school, so that was all the time we had. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed the conversation. If you want to hear more from Josh in the future, let us know. I'm sure that can be arranged. In the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, YouTube, Thursdays, 8:15. You're going to want to tune into Hey Archer Live and look for more ramblings, snaps, and toy hunting from the nerd-affiliated family. Till next time, guys and gals, take care. Have a good night.